We are here with some fantastic, amazing, passionate women talking about a very important subject, sustainability. And for all of you online, there is a chat. You can ask as many questions as you would like. We will be able to answer them afterwards, but not during the talk. But welcome, Sarah from Pure Oats.
Anna.
Sarah. Anna from Pure Oats.
Yeah.
Social, sustainable jewelry brand.
Yes.
Sarah, founder of Kinraden, sustainable jewelry brand. And Malou, you're global communication director for Global Fashion Agenda. So I'm looking forward to hear the wise words and see how we can help everyone out here in the journey to a more sustainable world. But first of all, Anna, can you tell a little bit about why was it important for you to start a social sustainability brand?
Well, for me in Pure Oats, I sort of came in the back door to this whole industry because I came from a background in nursing and anthropology and working in NGOs and all these, this sort of world. And so I traveled in Guatemala my entire life since I was a kid. And so working there was when I realized that if I wanted to create like some lasting changes for the women, I had to create a business where they would make their own money because the women are strong, independent, and will invest in their futures with the money they make. And so that was the whole idea, is to create an equal relationship between these two worlds that we're trying to connect between, for example, Denmark and Guatemala. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll obviously come back to that. And just quickly, Sarah, your passion behind starting Kinraden and your sustainable choice.
Yes, it's been a journey finding out what you want to do. I'm a trained architect, and during my career, I've worked with sustainability through architecture for many years. And the last company I was in, we had a whole department who was researching and had PhD students not doing anything else but researching into sustainable materials. So in that sense, it's been a part of my professional work for many years. But as an architect or a designer today, I think it's really important to ask yourself, is it necessary to add more into the world? Because we already have enough. And I struggled a lot with this issue or this question, because how can I do what I love the most, creating things, designing things, and at the same time adding to more consumption? So justifying or having this dialogue with myself added up to that if I had to start my own, it had to be a circular business strategy. It had to be a sustainable brand working with sustainable materials, because it's the only way I can justify as a designer or an architect adding even more designs to the world today. So that was my mind about it. Yeah.
And you, Malou, I guess it is also a challenge that you meet every day in the business, and something that you support from the Global Fashion Agenda?
Certainly is. Just like Sarah, I have a background in fashion as well, not as a designer, but in the magazine business. And as a fashion lover, it goes to your heart when you see something that is not healthy. And the fashion business hasn't been healthy for many years, but it's a bad spiral, just running amok. But the good thing is that I would say within the last 5 or 6 years, the consumers are making demands. They want better stories with their clothes, and the stories that they want is that they're sustainable and that this is a good choice. But of course, most of all, you need the good design. That's king. That's key. But you also want to tell your friends, you can go buy this thing because it's sustainable. It's it's a good choice.
So you and your organization truly see a tendency to consumers also wanting more sustainable.
We definitely
so
do.
obviously the design
Yes.
has to be there?
Actually, we just had a report out this spring during COVID-19, and saying that consumers, 2/3 of consumers now want to take more responsibility to their choices. And it's due to that the two big topics these years are climate and fear. And by taking a better choice in your buying, then you are making a better climate in the end, in the long run, of course. But every small step is important.
And I just think that's where jewelry is amazing. Obviously, we love new design, but do you think when you design, Anna, that it also has to be something that lasts and doesn't have to be new?
Well, it for sure is. We don't have any seasons, so it's not like we launch a new collection 4 times a year. Obviously, Put Oats is like a fun, funky, also fruity, which is also very trendy, apparently, right now. But we don't plan to have it go out of season in 2 years. It's something we want to last and create an entire world around. But for us, it's a craft also, and that's what's so important with Put Oats is like we try to keep the craft tradition alive, also by paying well for it. So our products are priced after the work that goes into it. So I think it's more of an investment with a lot of our products. So you have to commit to it for a longer period of time, and that's very important to us to actually give value and the value that it deserves, the product the women make.
Is that a challenge with the end consumer to get them to pay for a better quality and the sustainability, or are they getting there?
I think that we can see that we are all consumers here,
Yeah.
right? And we can see that if we really want the product enough, we will pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I can't see that it is a problem. Of course, someone will always be price driven. You can't really get to them. But that is why we need to have this as a given. It shouldn't be a choice whether it's sustainable enough. It should be given. But of course, price will always be
It's important, and
important
price is,
for
of
men.
course, always a point. But actually, this spring I had 2 young men that they didn't know each other. They came in, and they wanted to buy engagement rings for the girls to propose to them. And for them, it was extremely important about the sustainable story, because they wanted to give them longevity, and they wanted to give them something that was sustainable in more than one way. So as men are very thorough, they had researched, found this brand. They thought, okay, I dig into the story, I buy into it. I know my girlfriend is sustainable aware, so I think I'll give her this ring. And they were very keen and very precise that it was the sustainability that actually drove them to Rating, which I thought was fantastic. But the young, they got it.
Yeah, the
people,
young one.
They're there.
The youngsters.
That's good.
But
And speaking about their research, the more transparency, the easier the choice.
yeah.
So
So that is your recommendation also to brands in terms of transparency in their brand stories?
transparency, yes. And traceability,
Yeah.
that you always know where the source is. Yeah.
Everything is transparent, yes.
Yeah.
At Rating as well, everything is open sourced. We don't have any secrets. It's not about that. It's about the craftsmanship, it's about the materials, and it's about the design.
Yeah.
So do you, Sarah, think that when you design, do you also think that has to be a design that lasts? I mean, is that an important thing in your mind, or do you just, I mean, where does...
We don't have any seasons either. So, I also think if you look at the materials that we use in this industry, it's totally obvious to do something that's everlasting. Gold and silver is everlasting. So
Then I have to start doing it in all these other aspects of my life, and I think that is difficult for us because we have to give up some of our consumption, some of our power maybe in all these aspects, and so but it's changing. I definitely feel like it's changing.
So, so a big shout out, ask questions, and focus on designs that last. I think that can be a...
And change your own habits.
Yeah.
No, start small.
Yeah.
Don't have to change everything. It's like a diet. If you're too ambitious, it won't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think this is a nice little sneak peek into your worlds. You have much more to add, and that will come, but your brands can be met online, think we'll end for now.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you, you guys, for
Thank you.
being here today.
Thank you.